Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, to the Homeworld Podcast. I am your host, John of the ProdigyxCD YouTube channel. I am here joined by our other two hosts, Nick and Caleb. Nick over here, he has a SoundCloud. He does this whole little music thing. He makes really good lo-fi soundtracks. If you ever want to use them in your videos, he'll be more than happy to let you use them, as long as you give him credit, of course. Hey. Then we have Caleb over here. He is a Overwatch content creator, I think.
Leave it there.
I'll try to just leave it there. Alright, and also we are here joined by our special guest, Eternal. What's going on, dude?
What's poppin', everybody?
Tell the audience what you do.
I come to podcast for the free food. I come to be a coon. Nah, I'm joking. Pretty much I do anime related videos along with gaming or whatnot, some real life, you know, etc., etc.
You're gonna hit that SoundCloud chroma?
Hey.
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was saying I was serious about the free food though. Woo!
Bro.
Dude, we got
like, some wings.
And Matt.
Oh, I thought we brought hot wings.
We got some concentrated orange juice in the corner if you want some.
Oh no, my god.
See, if it's not great soda, you're failing.
Later.
We got some orange soda though.
We got some.
Okay.
We gotta do it for Kale one time.
Yeah.
We got we got cream soda.
Oh no, I'm not.
Is that cream? I've never even had cream soda.
Cream soda's lit though. Actually,
it is
lit.
Good.
I thought it would be bad the first time I had it, but it was really good.
It was really good.
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
We got Pop-Tarts.
Oh my god, I can't even do the Nightbot thing. I was about to make a Nightbot link to where like you guys could just put a command and it will show up everyone's little names, but I can't do that because you see, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of a story before we officially start.
Go ahead, John.
Shut the fuck up, Nick. Anyways, hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear people in the podcast, because otherwise I'm gonna look really fucking retarded. Okay, y'all should hear them. Anyways, hold on, I'm gonna post the SoundCloud for Nick right quick. Why can't I copy it? There we go. Yeah, look at that.
Did you do it?
Skills. Ooh.
That's beautiful.
What the I posted the fucking advertisement to the stream. I just copied your link. What the hell? Hold up. Copy, paste. There we go. Look at that. That's Nick's SoundCloud. The previous thing was the advertisement that was spamming in everyone's Discord servers. Okay. Anyways, so this is what happened, right? I was clearing my history the other day. Don't ask why. And you know how like when you're clearing your history on Google Chrome, it deletes all your passwords and yada yada yada. So what happened was it deleted my Twitch password, so I had to, you know, re-put it in and stuff. And I forgot I have two-step verification enabled, and you know that should be an easy fix, right? Because you know, two-step verification, all you have to do is pull out your phone, and Twitch will send you a code, and you know, you type in the code. But here's the problem. You see, the other day my phone broke, like completely fucking broke, and I can't do that. So basically I'm not allowed to use Twitch on Google Chrome, so I have to use it on Microsoft Edge. So I'm gonna see right now if I can use Nightbot on Microsoft Edge, and if I can't, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. I should be getting the phone in a couple weeks, but it's just very inconvenient, you know, having to fucking download Microsoft Edge and using it that way. So yeah. I
was gonna say, is it mandatory to really have the two-step verification?
No. You get to enable it. That's what I enabled for security reasons. You can have different security things enabled, but I had two-step verification enabled just for extra security, and my phone fucking broke, so rip that. All right, so let's get on with the podcast. Today's topics are net neutrality, microtransactions in video games, #EA, companies milking customers in general, and just other random shit that we'll be talking about at the end of the podcast or in the middle. And then that's some nice drawing you're doing on your desk there, whoever that was.
Thank you.
Caleb.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I am an artiste.
Are you using Crayola or are you using some colored pencils? What's going on there?
That's the same shit.
Crayola's trash.
Crayola does have colored pencils. You see, I don't color. Okay? So
whoa.
Dude, I'm colorblind.
You know, that's understandable. It's completely understandable.
Actually,
okay, so let's talk about this whole net neutrality bullshit. It's been going on. Great. It was a very hot topic last week during going
Still
on
is,
throughout Thanksgiving
honestly.
weekend. Yeah, it's still a very hot topic. December 6th, I think, is when the voting takes place. That is next Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong about
6th or
that.
7th. I think it's like 6th or 7th.
I think it's the
One or two.
6th, from my knowledge. But
You're fucking wrong.
what do you guys think about that? About
Well,
net
obviously,
neutrality? About them
It's
trying
bad
to
if they're
appeal it.
trying to appeal it. Yeah, obviously it's bad. You know, anybody who uses the internet should be against it.
Of course.
You know?
Exactly.
I mean,
Like,
really. What more do we have to say? You know, it's
I don't know.
it's a shitty situation.
I'm just warning, like,
It
because that
pisses me off.
it also
Oh, yeah,
leads
yeah,
into
very.
it also leads into the reason. It also leads into the other topics, kind of about milking money, because that's basically what this fucking is. They're trying to get more money out of like companies like YouTube, like fucking Verizon and all things like that.
Google.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're trying to get trying to get more money out of these companies. For those of you that don't fully understand the effects that appealing net neutrality like will cause, not appealing, repealing. Repealing net neutrality will cost. Imagine, let me put it in very simple terms. Imagine, like, you know how they have Pornhub Premium, right? Imagine that being a requirement.
All right, actually, let's say this: if net neutrality is repealed, it turns a freeway into a freaking what? Let's change that too. Actually,
Tolls.
this is way more important. This is like a way more thing. Disneyland, right? We go to Disneyland, right? And there's two lines. There's always two lines. There's the expressway and the freaking you're not rich way. You know? The way that you like wait 2 hours to get into a freaking roller coaster.
I hate that.
Imagine the internet being like that, where all of us, or most of us, have to take the slow freaking line in Disneyland World, where if we pay more, we get the freaking express lane. Where right now, anyone can walk in and out of what they want, you know?
Another example that I can use is that like I said earlier, just imagine like paying for the websites that you use on a daily basis, like fucking YouTube, Netflix. Well, we already pay for Netflix. Like YouTube, what other sites do people use? I'm thinking.
well, like Twitch.
Yeah,
shit like
YouTube,
that.
Twitch. I'm sorry, I'm
Twitter,
having a fucking brain
Reddit.
fart. Yeah, Twitter, Reddit, fucking your social medias, all that shit. Imagine paying, prices like $7.99 to make those websites faster. You know how you have good internet, like some of you out here with these fucking 500 like upload speeds and shit. I'm over here with fucking 5 upload speed. Imagine that not mattering. Like some people I've seen on Twitter were saying, well, I have fast internet, so it's not going to matter for me. I'm not going to have to pay. No, even if you have fast internet, these they will purposely make these websites slower until you pay.
Yeah, they limit it because it's going to be part of their freaking.
And even if you do pay, you're still they control what websites
they
you can go on.
They control whatever you get, your speed and all.
Yeah, even if you pay, you're not guaranteed to have like a decent speed.
Turns the freeway into a required fast pass. Exactly, Puff Daddy.
Yeah, you're paying for the websites you already use for free, and you're basically paying for them to be slower, and
right?
Until you can control them.
All internet freedom is thrown out the window. Like another thing about this, one of their reasonings for this is because they want to limit the privacy on the internet. Because they want to be able to see everything you do on the internet.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not
like the
good.
reason this is happening.
And
they want to get fucking money.
FCC is in cahoots with freaking Comcast and Verizon and shit like that.
Right.
One of the FCC chairmen was one of the leaders of freaking Comcast.
A shit pie.
Yeah, and if you think about it. There was an article about this. It's very important to know that where certain companies that actually can have you die, some hospitals that fail. Some hospitals and certain companies that do life insurance, and some people die in their hands because of their life insurance policies and all that. Didn't have any worse reviews than the freaking customer service that Comcast provides. your life, like your cousin can die from a certain like life insurance plan not working in his favor, and people still hate Comcast more than that plan. Think about that for a second.
It's hated for a reason. It's hated. It's widely hated for a good reason.
It's a horrible freaking network.
Comcast a couple years ago, like when Netflix first came out, like fuck over Netflix for people.
They did.
Like Netflix was extremely slow for people that had Comcast. Speaking of slow, why do I have a fucking red like little bar right here on my OBS? Now look, it's green now. All right. Hopefully FPS doesn't drop.
I can see.
Wait, do you have Comcast?
No.
No, hell no.
Oh, cause I know that's what I got. I got right now. That's all I've been getting.
Really?
I'm just like, bro, why y'all doing this to me?
They know you're talking shit about it now. They shutting that shit down.
Like, look, I'm scared that this will actually like go through, because look, this happened back in summer, right? Like they wanted this to happen during summer, and everyone stopped that from happening. Like all these big websites were all against it too. You had YouTube going against it, Twitter, yeah, they're all still against it. YouTube, like whenever you went to a video, they had ads talking about it. They they had those little things in the corner talking about, like with the little loading symbol saying, do you want this to happen to the internet? Then fight against the repeal of net neutrality. Like all these big companies are fighting against this, and it's sad because like I wouldn't be surprised if it actually like went through, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
Well, because like
it does,
it takes it like go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
It takes one person in like the like in Congress to say no for it to not pass.
That's a lie.
I mean, that's a lie.
It's a 2-3 vote. It's a 2-3 vote.
It's 2-3 now.
It's always been 2-3 vote.
I could have sworn
if two out of three, if the two of the third voters in Congress vote yes, that's it.
I thought it was 1 of 3 or something like that.
Nope, it's 2 out of 3.
Fuck me. Fuck my
Also, the FCC doesn't have to, from what I've learned from my friends, because they look this shit up all the time, the FCC does not need to, is one of those organizations that don't care and don't need to listen to public opinion.
Oh yeah, no, they're known for not giving a shit about public opinion.
But like, you know how the government's like based like solely on us, and most government organizations or programs will or have to abide by our opinion. FCC don't give a shit.
But look,
they're not required to.
Let's say this does go through. It will it won't take long for it to go right back to the way it was before.
For real, yeah.
Because if it goes through, there will be such a fucking public outcry. It will be fucking insane.
Boycotts.
Yeah,
freaking boycotts.
Boycotts are happening. Boycotts are happening this weekend.
Oh yeah, there's also protests and shit happening as well. Like all that shit's going down.
Yeah.
Boycotts, protests.
Why are you trying to? They've been trying to freaking fix the internet. What do you need to fix about it?
Random, but I heard that if you put net neutrality in your title on YouTube, your video gets demonetized. That's fucking.
Really?
That's stupid.
Yeah. Because
that can't be real.
The FCC are looking at the internet right now, so it's like they on you. The thing is, they on YouTube to monetize, like to monitor everything, because they know that somebody's gonna make a YouTube video talking about the FCC, how not corrupted, but how terrible the ideal is. The FCC wants their words to be absolute, from what I'm seeing. So it's like you can't have your own freedom of speech, and it's like they're taking it away from us, because it's like, hello, the internet is our privacy. Why should we allow them to take control of it?
And at the same time, that's already breaking the first freaking amendment.
No, like it's crazy.
And like, sorry.
No, all I'm gonna say is people be quick to talk about freedom of speech. You know, by now, like, come on.
Right.
By the way, for those of you that don't know what the First Amendment is, the First Amendment is Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Like, you knew that? You knew that off the top of your head?
No,
Nope.
I fucking looked it up. I mean, I know what the First Amendment is, but I didn't read it word for word like that.
Yeah.
Fucking off
Yeah,
the
the
top of my
First
head.
Amendment. The First Amendment is the favorite one. Freedom of speech.
Well, it's the best one.
Freedom of speech,
Yeah.
freedom of religion, freedom of to assemble peacefully.
Freedom to put your dick in your but
That
okay.
would be
Like,
in the category of right to bear arms.
Well, it depends. If you're right to bear arms. If you're right to bear arms. Like, okay, because like I can see it being scary because the FCC have always been known to be like scummy ass people. Like they've had a track history of being really scummy people. So that's where the fear of this actually in the past comes up because they're known for passing shit anyways, regardless of public opinion.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, hopefully, at least 2 of them will say no. Let's not do this. This is dumb.
Well, 2/3 out of them have to say no. You know, so
2/3.
it's like, but like
It's
the whole thing that we've been doing on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything about like calling your congressman, like it's very important because if you're able to like, since the Congress is primarily Republican at the moment, if you're able to sway your congressman to think that net neutrality is bad as a Republican, then we have a better chance to be like, oh shoot, I don't want to fix this. I don't want to pay for Pornhub.
I don't think much is
Yeah.
going to go down with this. There's too much of a public outcry with this. I agree, but it's still scary that like there's even a vote happening, you know?
Yeah, and at the same time, when you learn that the FCC doesn't give a shit about what you think, they don't really care. They don't really care. If the whole of America hated them, they don't care. As long as they'd be able to make money off of it, that's kind of
They
how
don't have any
point about it.
morals.
Yeah. Here's what I recommend. If there's
the end of the day.
if there's any protests going on in an area, peaceful protests, go to them. Honestly, like if you know about anything in your area, go to them. Just support this as much as possible, because I don't think everyone realizes. I know a lot of people are probably just sitting back, not like doing anything. They think that everyone else is going to solve this for them. No, everybody needs to get in on this because we need to make it as loud as possible, louder than it already is. Like that, we don't want this shit to happen. It's scary that these are the thought processes. Yeah, I read that wrong. It's scary that these are the thought process of this goes through people's heads.
I put a link in the chat. It's a link to the Verizon protest website. You can like search for a protest near you.
Go to that.
So go to that.
All right. So anyways, we're going to move on because honestly, this topic is going to solve itself next week. So yeah.
Hopefully.
All right. So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk going from shit that's going to affect the internet to other shit, smaller things that are that still has something to do with what net neutrality is doing, because they're milking money out of their customers. EA tried to milk money out of their customers just recently, but that failed because Disney saved all of us.
Oh wait, how did Disney save them? How did Disney save?
From what I know, I don't know exactly what they did.
Don't Disney? Disney owns Star Wars, don't they?
Yeah, Disney got directly involved with the microtransactions like thing that was going on.
They helped stop it.
Yeah. We also helped stop it too, because all the memes on fucking Twitter, it was fucking hilarious. Like, like honestly, I'm not gonna buy Star Wars Battlefront because I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan. I don't care if you hate me for that. I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan.
They also contradict themselves in the same sentence, though. That's the thing that I'm like, I don't care about. Like, I thought it was a good thing for them to like take out microtransactions from Battlefront 2, yet they lied in the same sentence because they said that you'll be able to purchase these certain items later in the future.
They said they were going to rework like the way they're doing things. But that's just kind of you know, a wait and see thing. So there's not much to comment on that. We just have to hope that you know they take our fucking they take our voice that we like pushed out to them. We have to hope that they take that into consideration. Everything we said about how microtransactions are fucking bad. Honestly, I don't like what other companies do them. Like, look, imagine. Okay, people are already like mad enough that all these mobile games do this, right? But it's a mobile game, so it's like you can kind of be lenient there.
Mobile games always gonna have microtransactions.
But like when it's a full $60 game and it feels like a mobile game, that's a fucking problem.
Hell yeah.
And look, it's funny because every like person I've seen that's played Battlefront 2, Jordan, Jaden, fucking Joshu, like all like a lot of my friends who have played the game. They're saying that it's fucking great, and I haven't seen footage of myself. The game looks good. I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not a fucking Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But the game, like, it's crazy. The game is good without these microtransactions. So why the fuck were they gonna ruin the game, like adding this shit, adding this like?
Well, that's the EA way. That's the EA way. There's been a big boycott on EA as of lately. Because everyone's sick and tired of it.
EA's always been looked at as a shit company, but it's like I guess with the Star Wars fan base, you know how fucking hostile they can be and how passionate the Star Wars fans are. Like when it came to Star Wars and people saw, okay, so EA, you're not about to bring this shit to Star Wars. Everyone was just like, okay, fuck you, I'm not buying this game, because everyone wasn't going to buy this fucking game. But now they are, because the microtransactions are out. And the game is good from what I'm hearing. The game is really good from what I'm hearing. Story, anyway.
But I
story, like campaign.
Still hear there's a boycott going on.
Yeah.
There's still like some of a boycott going on with EA because, like, oh, you finally fixed Star Wars? You're not about to get it with all the years of shit that we've gone through. Fix the other games now.
Yeah.
Do that shit for us now. I don't want to freaking buy this shit.
Let me read some
again.
of the chat. Bet I'm gonna travel to New York to protest. Do it, dude. If you want, though. Plus, if the government is with the people, I mean, to be honest, you don't have to spend money to fucking travel to New York. You can just easily sign a petition online. But do what you want. Do whatever you want to support. Plus, if the government is with the people, not a lot is going to happen. Yeah, net neutrality being repealed is like EA having their own internet provider. That's a perfect example. Yeah. Imagine EA being your internet provider. That's what net neutrality is going to do to everything.
Yeah.
Oh shit! There's a protest near me.
Ooh, go to it.
Go to that.
What else was I about to say? Let's not just talk about EA with microtransactions. Let's talk about microtransactions in fucking general. Look, I don't mind when microtransactions are in the form of cosmetics, like buying clothes, skins, shit like that. But if it's like a game, I'm fucking thinking, like, well, COD, for example. COD does this to a certain extent. Like, you can get, like, loot boxes in COD, like, just playing the game. But it's very long and drawn out, and you're not going to get that much good shit. Or you can pay to like, get really good shit very easily. That's a system that a lot of people are doing with microtransactions. Like, a lot of mobile games are doing this too. Union Cross is a perfect example, actually. If I can talk about Kingdom Hearts for a minute. Union Cross, the way they do it is they don't directly say, okay, you have to buy a bunch of jewels to get medals. No, you can easily build up your jewels, wait a little bit. But a lot of these companies know that people in this generation are impatient as fuck, and they're going to make the process to get these items as long and drawn out as possible. Like, not long and drawn out in a satisfying way, long and drawn out in a, okay, I'm getting added to, I just want to play the fucking game type of way. So they're pressuring these guys to, like, buy it in that sense. Now, a lot of people like me, they're just not going to play the fucking game if that's the case. A lot of other people are going to be like, no, I want to be the best at everything. So they're going to fucking throw money at all these companies and do that.
Microtransactions are really good when it doesn't completely affect the way the game works.
It's good in the
like,
way
for
of cosmetics.
My favorite company that deals with microtransactions almost perfectly is Valve, because when it comes to TF2, Dota 2, CS:GO, all of their things you pay for is chances or skins, right? And they've always had this mentality in Valve where microtransactions shouldn't be just for extra game content. It's supposed to be supporting the game creators, right? When you buy microtransactions from CS:GO, TF2, Dota 2, either one of those things, you're not just buying for items, right? The whole point of it is that you're buying to support the creators of that game so that they can continue doing that. Same with Payday 2, which is an overkill, I think, thing where they keep giving you DLC because the game's already complete and they're adding new shit to your game. If there's microtransaction, well, I want to put DLC in here as well, but like, because it's kind of different type shit, but like, you know, it's the same mentality for me. I hate DLCs that are like added to the game when it was already there. You know, like the lockout shit. They don't do that too much anymore, but it pisses me off like a lot.
I don't mind DLC in some cases. I don't like DLC when it's literally taking content from the game. I like DLC
but
that
I also
adds
can't blame
on content.
developers for that either.
Like with DLC, like I'm gonna go back to old school COD days. In old school COD, like your Black Ops 2s, I mean now they still have it, but like now they have the whole system of fucking loot boxes in COD, and it's fucking COD just has a bad taste in my mouth after that. But back in the old days of COD, where the only other DLC you would pay for were zombie maps and multiplayer maps. If you didn't buy the zombie maps or multiplayer maps, then I mean it wouldn't affect you at all. Only the people who bought that DLC were able to play with other DLC like buying players. Like it wasn't a thing where it was like, okay, I'm like weaker in this game because I don't have this map, or this map provides me a certain gun that I need. It was just, okay, you get to play on this cool Tony Hawk Pro Skater map like in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't taking away from the game. DLC that takes away from a game is bad. Like Final Fantasy 15 DLC takes away from the game, I feel.
Advanced Warfare and Tekken 7 had some god-awful DLC, and I'm pissed about it.
Let me reach out right quick.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire. EA slowed down the leveling process in Battlefront 2 just so players could get frustrated that they just bought things to level you up faster. Okay. So like they make you buy things so you can level up faster. That was their original plan. I like microtransactions when they mostly give extra stuff, but I don't like it when they take up the entire game, and it's a necessity in most cases. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what we were saying. Final Fantasy 15's DLC is good for the most part. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna say this right now. I haven't played 15. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm just speaking based off what I've seen. 15's DLC, to me, the way it looks, like it's a bunch of story that should have been in the game. Like look, they're adding a update to Final Fantasy 15 that's gonna allow you to play as Gladios, Prompto, and Ignis. That should have been in the game at the start, but that's not DLC though. That's the update. So I'm not gonna like bash on them.
That's a free update. Now, if it was something dealing with season pass, man, I can understand you being mad.
It should have been in the game from the start. But
yeah, of course, because when it got announced as versus 13, I understand that. But having to construct a brand new story for the game as well as gameplay, it's like maybe they had to take that out. But since 15 been out for a year, they actually had the time to sit down. And I feel like they was mainly working on this because they know fans wanted to play all four of the members in the main game instead of having to be like, oh, DLC episode Gladio, episode Prompto, episode Ignis. Yeah, I understand that. Like, we were supposed to have these guys, like, they're supposed to be controllable because it's like, every Final Fantasy game, you always get to control other people, not just the main character. Feel me?
Right.
So I can understand why people feel like that. But to the fact that it's a free update, it's like, you know what? Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, they messed up, but at the end of the day, you're getting a free update. So if you never really got like the season pass or the DLC episodes, you can play as the guys right there.
Yeah, right. I just don't. That's one thing I hate about DLC, microtransactions, everything. We're gonna like jumble in DLC with this conversation. I hate it when DLC is like I said earlier, taking away from the game. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have like important lore in like DLC, the initial game shouldn't be $60. Look. Let's say I'm gonna talk about Sonic Forces right now. Let's say Sonic Forces, which is a what, $30-$40 game, $40 game. If they added like a $20 DLC pack that gave you 5+ hours worth of content, 10 hours worth of content, well, whatever. That's perfectly fine. And it was canon and everything, because that game is $40. It's not a full $60 game. But if you have a full $60 game and you're adding DLC that's like taking away from everyone's experience, like okay, a lot of people will play Final Fantasy 15 or play Sonic Forces, and maybe they'll be satisfied with the content, right? But then they'll find out, okay, I can play more content. I can play more of this, but I have to fucking fork over fucking an extra $20-30 for this. Like, but I already paid for the game. Why should I have to do that? Like, I feel like these companies need to handle dishing out DLC and microtransactions way better, because I know that not all companies are doing it in a money hungry sense. I'm sorry, but that's how it's coming off. And
it's mostly the publishers that screw up the companies. Like,
yeah, it's
entirely.
very anti-consumer. Like, you can tell that with Final Fantasy 15's lack of like fucking content and development, the fact that they're adding all these patches. There's so many fucking updates for 15. All these patches, all these like DLCs, like this fucking game-changing update that's about to happen. Like, you can just, all this tells me is that when they released that game, it wasn't done. And like Caleb said, it's the publishers, because like a lot of the people with Kingdom Hearts 3, for example, are saying the game's gonna be rushed. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that the game is releasing earlier than it probably needs to, but as long as the content that is released is fun and it doesn't like, and I feel like I wasted my money. As long as I don't feel like I wasted my money when I buy Kingdom Hearts 3 for 60 fucking bucks, like, I'll be fine with it. And yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I've been talking for like 5 minutes. Go ahead, someone else.
Main problem that I was saying with DLC in terms of I don't think a staple of a game should ever be DLC. Right. That is a thing that annoyed me, because like Advanced Warfare and Tekken 7 are the two games that come up to my mind when it comes to staples. Because let's say this, Tekken 7, I love Tekken a lot. Tekken has a staple of Tekken Bowl, right? That's basically in every game. To like from Tekken 5 on, I think maybe like Tekken 4. Tekken Bowling. Bowl as your favorite Tekken characters. That shit was amazing. They had online features for it. We get a $10 update for additional costumes and Tekken Bowl, and it's not even online. I'm not. Why would I want to pay? Why should I pay?
Previously, it was free.
Yeah, it was just in the Tekken games. And Advanced Warfare, I was excited to play Advanced Warfare for the zombies. Only for the zombies. Why do I have to pay for freaking zombies?
That's a staple in the COD series, and you have to pay for it? Like,
why the hell am I paying for a staple? I can play another game and just, you know, have that staple in there. No problem. I don't even need to be, like, asked for it, you know? Because, like, Black Ops 2, one of the best freaking Call of Duty games in a while. Black Ops 3, I hear, was pretty good, too, because I didn't really care too much. After Black Ops 2, I didn't really care for Call of Duty anymore, you know. That had like a bunch of staples in it. It was clean. What was the one with was it Infinite Warfare, which freaking Modern Warfare in it?
The crazy thing about it too is games are easier to make now. Like, as dumb as that sounds, you see all these games that look so realistic. Games are easier to make than they were back then.
Yeah, because it's like you have the staple freaking engine now.
There's because everything is way more powerful, everything's way faster, and it's really easy to find someone that already knows what they're doing compared to back then, where fucking the easiest way to find someone. You had the internet back then, of course, in its early stages, but not everyone uses it as much as they do now. Nowadays, like, let's say I wanted to find, I'm a graphic designer myself, I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say you wanted to find a graphic designer, because you can't make your own shit.
Plug?
Let me type on Twitter, graphic designer, fucking thousands of GFX artists pop up that I could pay for.
Freaking
Same thing goes
there's
for
websites
anything.
dedicated for hiring graphics designers.
Yeah.
Like websites dedicated or ordering artists, animators. It's right there. It's
There's a
there.
website called Casting Call for Voice Acting, and they're great voice actors. A lot of people that do a bridge series use that site. Like that's insane. Let me reach out a little bit. I'm sorry I'm not reading your guys' comments immediately, but it's kind of annoying if I just cut someone off mid conversation to read the chat every 5 seconds. But let me read it now. Alright, let me see what I missed. I'm just happy they're adding the content. Yeah, to be fair, all the Final Fantasy 15 character episodes are only $5 each. And that's understandable, but I feel like you shouldn't be paying for something canon at all.
The microtransactions that I love the most from any genre of game has to be fighting games, though. Like adding characters in. I saw a lot of people get mad over
oh yeah, let's bring up that point. To be fair,
pack.
Go ahead.
As well. Saw a lot of people getting mad over the Fighters Pack. We've talked about this on the Fighting Games podcast, but just in case you missed it, there was a lot of people getting mad that before the game was even out, that it was already released to have 8 DLC characters in the game.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it comes to a point where like they want to add these characters into the game, but if they can't just add the characters into the main roster because they need the money to support the DLC the DLC packs, you know, you can't just have a budget of the game itself and then add all these other characters without something you have to sacrifice from the main game. So they had to take off certain characters to put as DLC so that when the budget came through, when the game was released, they had enough money to actually work with these characters. And as more characters come out, that also helps their budget to make other characters.
I feel like DLC in fighting games, the characters shouldn't have anything to do with the story.
Yeah,
course.
It's always
and I feel like fair. Mortal Kombat was doing this well for a while. I do have one problem with one of Mortal Kombat's DLC characters. That was what was their names? Mortal Kombat 9, the cyborgs. I can't remember their fucking names.
Yeah, Triborg.
Something like that.
Shit.
Why were they doing
that's their pack?
That's stupid.
That's the only problem when it's DLC is like staple characters. Like
yeah.
when they made Guile.
That was the dumbest DLC I've ever seen.
DLC character that was kind of dumb.
You can borderline say he's like one of the 5 staples in the Street Fighter franchise, and he's DLC. Huh?
Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, Ibuki. Why was she DLC too?
Hey, Ibuki was DLC.
You can say Bison is a staple.
Well, Bison was there. Balrog, I can understand why he's DLC.
Balrog wasn't. Wait, yeah, he was DLC. Bison wasn't DLC.
I know he wasn't. But
yeah.
I was saying you can say Bison.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have preferred Balrog over freaking. Damn, what's that other dude name? The one with the mask. Can't remember.
Yeah. DLC characters need to be
Vega.
Yeah, Vega. I would have preferred Balrog being in the base one. Besides Vega.
Vega's fucking.
I feel like
great.
the only way to save Street Fighter V in DLC now is if they added like Q or like Third Strike characters.
Hey, babe.
I'll play the game way more.
To go to your point, Shao Ripper. I'll say this: if a company rolls out some DLC, I still don't think you should be adding any significant DLC if it's a $60 game. Though I stand by that completely. But if the DLC is like worth it, and the DLC like you feel like you got your money's worth out of it, I guess I can make an exception. But I
like when DLC is very important, but it doesn't. It's like complete. It's like an other game from the main game. You know?
I think see, canon is a big deal to me. Canon in video games is a big deal to me. And when I pay $60 for a game, I expect to get like the full story out of that game. The full story that game has to offer. I cannot fucking talk today. I'm talking too much. Let's say to make a sequel, I'll pay another $6 for the sequel. Sure, that's a continuation of the story. It's like, you know, a sequel to a fucking book. I'm fine with paying more money for that. But I don't like I just don't like paying for things that are canon. I don't like paying extra to know like more of the story. Maybe if it's like hints or something like that, like if KH3 comes out and like the story for Kingdom Hearts 3 is done, but they add some DLC with like a secret boss battle that that like hints at what the future arc could be for the Kingdom Hearts series, because we all know Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't the final Kingdom Hearts game. If they had DLC like advertising something further down the line, I'm fine with that. But if like with 15, everything with Prompto, Ignis, and Gladios, all of that was within 15's story, and you paid extra for it. Why?
I would say that I actually like DLC that would be canon, but it's very uncommon. But I can't name them off the top of my head, but I have seen it before where canon stories that are added as DLC are just as extra for dedicated players, because the canon the story that you get for buying the game at the $60 price tag is a full story, and you don't need the secondary DLC story to even connect or like give and enhance your experience of the first story. You know, let's say I can't really name. Let's say like if Metal Gear Solid 5 had a lot of extra missions that were completely canon, but didn't at all affect what you've already went through with the main story. You know, it's not like there's bits and segments that are cut from the main story and put in the DLC, but it's just like a complete add to it. But it's not, you know, it's always made in process, like after.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an example like this for the point I was making earlier regarding DLC being canon. How I'll make an exception for DLC that's like advertising towards a new story. This is a pretty bad example because this game is fucking very 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Storm 4 had the Road to Boruto DLC. Storm 4 had the Road to Boruto DLC. That had nothing to fucking do with like Shippuden, other than like the obvious relationships like between the characters. Like obviously Boruto is going to end up, you know, being a big part of Shinobi Strikers. Like, yeah. Look, that advertised towards a new story, a new game, and I'm perfectly fine with stuff like that. Episode Riku, episode Kairi, episode Terra, episode Xehanort, and more. I would fucking throw that game out the window. I would boycott the fuck out of that game if it did something like that.
I understand that.
Yeah. But, okay. So we were on that topic for a fucking long time. We pretty much covered all the topics. Any random shit you want to talk about so we can make this podcast an hour long, got 5 more minutes?
Oh, Pug gonna be game of the year.
Oh, yep.
Grammys.
Funny, the game not even out.
The game will be out before the thing. I don't know. The game is not even good. Like I like the game, but like servers are bad. Servers are garbage, bro. They have a lot of shit to fix with the game. The game is good in like gameplay.
Are they Storm 4 servers?
No. It's like I don't know. It's like bullshit killing, basically.
Oh yeah, I've seen all the glitches in PUBG, all the bugs. PUBG is like a bug-filled fucking mess, but it's like one of the most streamed games on Twitch. Fucking crazy. Then 2 years later, they make Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix with all DLC included. Imagine that shit. Just imagine that. I remember I made a video a while ago talking about how I wouldn't mind Final Mix being like DLC, but looking back at it, I don't know. It depends. It really depends. Like if they add like secret bosses, like let's say they add a secret boss from a Final Fantasy game. Well, what's the recent Final Fantasy game that has like a staple boss fight? Well, I don't know. What if they added Lightning as a boss fight in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they had that as DLC? I'm fucking fine with that. What if they add some Keyblades that had nothing to do with the story? Just some fun little Keyblades themed after Final Fantasy. That I'd be fine with that. If they added like Disney World as DLC, I don't know if I like Disney World's being DLC, because I feel like if they were going to add Disney World as a DLC, they might as well be in the next fucking game, you know? Noctis boss. That would be cool. Noctis is probably going to be in KHC, if I'm being honest with myself. He's going to have a cameo in the game. But, yeah. Do you guys think we're done for the day?
I feel like we can make the, like, Nick and I kind of wanted to talk about the Grammys, but I feel like let's just try to make that a snippet or something.
Let's make that an extra.
Like a video. Yeah.
Alright, so
we're good for now.
Yep.
Alright, Eternal, send me your channel link.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry about that.
Nah, no worries. But anywho, thank you all for fucking coming out to today's podcast episode. You guys are really interactive in chat, and I really do appreciate it. What's up, Seth? You came in pretty late. About to end off the stream. Welcome everyone. Yeah. Welcome everyone to the podcast. I really do thank all of you for coming out today. We had fun. We ranted a lot. We talked about some pretty relevant topics for once, not just something random. Next week's episode will be about creativity. If you are a aspiring artist, graphic designer, content creator, you don't want to miss out on next Thursday's episode at 8 p.m. East. We'll be talking about creativity once again. Special guests will be announced on Tuesday. I'm sorry that I didn't announce the special guest until fucking today, but I've dealt with a lot of shit this week and this weekend, getting off of Thanksgiving, you know, catching up with the family and shit, all that good stuff. So the podcast this week was kind of like put together a little bit last minute. Hold on, let me look at what stuff is typing. Just type like 50 things. I show up, and you just join. I mean, end it. Wow, there goes my ticket. Waste of $10. I demand a refund. No refunds. Anyways, though,
we don't give refunds to people that show up late.
Right. Thank you guys for coming out to the podcast. I really do appreciate it. All of you, I love you guys so fucking much. I hope to see you all next week. This episode, if you missed it, will be uploaded on YouTube on Sunday at around probably 12 p.m. So look out for that. Once again, thank you, Eternal, for joining us today. Thank you, Caleb and Nick, for
no problem. Thank you for having
me. Hey man, it was fun to have you as a guest. I would love to have you as a guest, maybe in a future episode down the line. But
no problem.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. My name is Prodigy, and we'll see you guys next time. Also, this is Eternal's channel if you want to go check him out. So yeah, peace out, guys. I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit after this is only 9, so I will be back maybe on Twitch in about 30 minutes or so. But for now, see you.